Hello, I'm Rahul, and today I'm going to talk about one of the most significant emotional and mental capacity needed in the modern times: resilience. The constant pressure of the modern world has made some of us really volatile in nature. We get so easily troubled by the petty affairs of life, and sometimes we lose our peace and balance over the things that we usually might forget in few days. So we have lost all the capacity to deal with the stressful and challenging situations of life. Resilience simply means the ability to endure stressful situations of life without being overwhelmed by them. So I'm going to talk about a very simple rational practice, dealing with the facts, that will help you in developing resilience in your life so that you can cope with the challenging situations of the modern world in a much better way. Now let's begin by understanding what do I mean by dealing with the facts. Most of us are so easily agitated by everything because we are not dealing with the facts, we are dealing with the fiction. Stoic philosopher Seneca has said, "We are often more frightened than hurt and suffer more from imagination than reality." And this is exactly what we do when it comes to facing troubles and challenges in our life. We suffer more than necessary, not because of the facts, but because of the fiction. For example, let's say that you have been fired from your job for whatever reason. Now losing the job is a fact, but there is a story that you will tell yourself about this fact, an exaggerated story. That becomes the fiction. Losing the job, you will become extremely insecure. You will start doubting your competency. You will have these fearful thoughts about the future. What if I'm unable to get the job soon? What will my parents and my friends think if I'm unemployed for some time? How will I manage to pay the installments of my house or car? Now this is what fiction is. You have created the worst possible scenario in your head. And by constantly thinking about it, you are making it more real. You are making it more dangerous. Because the more you're going to think about it, the more real it will seem to you. Your brain cannot tell the difference between the imagination and reality. This is the fact. So Seneca is right. We suffer more in our imagination than reality. So a small practice of dealing with the facts will simply result in getting rid of this fiction. And it is in the fiction that we suffer. So I'll give you a 3-step formula that will help you in getting rid of the fiction. And that in turn will add more clarity in your life. So the first step is to analyze the problem clearly. You need to analyze the whole problem objectively and fearlessly. Leave all the fiction out of the analysis. For example, if you have lost the job, analyze the possibility of the worst possible scenario without any fear. Now, losing the job does not mean an end of the world. Losing the job simply means that you're going to be unemployed for few weeks or few months at the max, but eventually you will get the job. We all face such challenging situations in life and we all come out of it. So you will also come out of it. So this is the rational analysis of the problem. You are not imagining these unrealistic scenarios. The moment you are going to be rational in your analysis, you will find that your problems are not as huge as you presumed them to be. So this is the first step. Analyze your problems objectively so that you don't make them much bigger than they are. The second step is to accept the worst possible scenario mentally. Now once you have analyzed the whole problem with the possible pros and cons, just proceed to accept the worst possible scenario mentally. Just say to yourself that I have analyzed the whole problem in a very rational way, leaving all the fiction out of it. And the worst possible scenario seems to be that I might be unemployed for a few months, and that too at the max. If such a situation ever arises, I'm willing to accept it. I'm okay with it. Somehow I will find a way to manage my expenses. I can use my savings, I can use the credit card, I can ask for help from my friends and relatives. So if such a situation ever arises, I'm willing to accept it. I'm okay with it. The moment you're going to accept the worst possible scenario, you will find that there is a great sense of relief and peace in your being. Why? Because your mental energy is not getting dissipated in resisting the worst possible scenario. So this is really important. You have to accept the worst possible scenario mentally. Now the third step is to proceed to do whatever is necessary. Once you have mentally accepted the worst possible scenario, just proceed to tackle the problem in a calm and collected way. To find a solution, you need to concentrate on the problem. And a mind that is invested in fiction cannot concentrate on the problem because it has its own stories. It cannot act or think clearly. So the first 2 steps will help you in becoming more clear so that you can focus on the problem. And with such a clarity, you will certainly find the solution, because your mind is a very powerful mechanism of solving a problem. Don't underestimate your mind. You are not using it rightly, and most of us never get to use this problem solving capacity of our minds because we are so much invested in the fiction. We are not dealing with the facts. So deal with the facts and you will find the miraculous capacity of your mind to solve problem. Lastly, I just want to say that if you're going to diligently use this 3-step problem solving method in your life, then not only you will become more resilient, you will also have the courage and clarity to do the right thing in life. So I hope that you're going to apply this 3-step method in your life, and I wish you all the best for that.